But you have to understand that there is nothing. They destroyed everything. There are no buildings. It's a pity, it's tragedy, but for today, Bakhmut is only in our hearts. There is nothing on this place.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky talking about the destruction of Bakhmut. Russian forces declared victory over the city this weekend. After months of brutal fighting, Bakhmut is now unrecognizable, reduced almost entirely to rubble. But Kyiv is signaling that the battle for Bakhmut isn't over, and they are working to encircle the city. Back with us tonight, Michael McFaul, former U.S. ambassador to Russia and MSNBC international affairs analyst. His book is titled From Cold War to Hot Peace, an American Ambassador in Putin's Russia. Ambassador, what's your reaction to the devastation that we are seeing in Bakhmut?
It's just horrible. It's just such senseless waste of lives and people, and there's nothing there, just like President Zelensky said. The Russians, if you watch their media, they said that they liberated Bakhmut, but they didn't liberate Bakhmut. They destroyed Bakhmut. There's nothing to liberate. And I think that tells you a little bit about their military strategy. If you go back and you remember what Vladimir Putin said at the beginning of this barbaric war, he was out to liberate and protect alleged ethnic Russians in eastern parts of Ukraine that wanted to be protected. But look what he did. He didn't protect anybody. He either killed them or drove them out. And that's the way he's fighting, tragically, this horrible war in Ukraine.
These images that folks are seeing on their screens while you were speaking are just horrible. Horrible. These are people's homes. Horrible. Absolutely devastated. Was this a costly fight for Russia when it came to Bakhmut? And if so, how much?
Yes, I think so. So they're waving their flag now, but they may not be there in 2 weeks' time. If you listen to Ukrainian officials, they haven't given up on Bakhmut. There have been other cities that have fallen. Kherson is one that they took for a while, then lost. And I think we're all waiting to see what the Ukrainian counteroffensive will be. Everybody thinks they know where it's going to happen. I'm a little more skeptical. I don't think you telegraph where you're going to go, and part of the counteroffensive might eventually be to take this city back.
You recently wrote about the long-term significance of sending F-16s to Ukraine. We now know that that is, in fact, happening. What's this going to mean for the future of this war?
Well, the announcement is one I welcome. I've been advocating it for a long time, and for a simple reason. My argument is the more and better weapons that the Ukrainians have, the faster they will be able to push out Putin's army, and the faster there will be peace. I don't see any other way. Look at what Putin did in Bakhmut. How do you negotiate with somebody who does that? So I welcome the decision. I don't think it'll make a difference for the coming months. It'll take a long time for the F-16s to get there and training. I do think, however, for the long term, it signals something very important. And that is that 10 years from now, Ukrainians' army and air force and navy will be fully integrated with American weapons, NATO weapons, and will be off of the Soviet systems, those legacy systems that they've literally had for 30 years. That's going to make them a fighting force that I think will be able to deter future Russians' attacks. And so short term, it may not matter. For the long term, I think it matters a lot.
Before we go, Ambassador, a Moscow court has extended the pretrial detention of American journalist Evan Gershkovich until August 30th. This was not a surprise, but the United States is still trying to secure an early release for Gershkovich. What do you think of this move from Russia? What happens now?
They're waiting for a deal, and I wish our side luck in trying to come up with a deal. I think it's worthy to try to explore, but I just think it underscores this regime, why Putin needs to be defeated, why he needs to be expelled from Ukraine, because they don't play by the rules of the game, right? They don't play by any international rules of the game. And tragically, the rest of this fantastic reporter, somebody I've been following for a long, long time, also illustrates one important fact about Putin. He fears the truth. And because Evan was reporting things that were truthful inside Russia, inconvenient facts, things are not as well as I think a lot of people think. inside Russia. That's why he was arrested. And I hope we have a diplomatic strategy to get him home.
I know so many of us out there share that hope and are praying for the journalists who are detained, that they come home soon. Ambassador Michael McFaul, thank you very much.